That is very light head. It looks like someone poured turpentine on it, which is exactly what the Hypo gene does. So this could be a visual hypo. If this is the case, this is a very valuable female. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and today we are going to be going into the snake room and checking out a really cool clutch that hatched out about 2 months ago. We're going to see how it's developing. It's a really cool pied clutch, and I wanted to show you because I'm really pretty impressed with how it turned out. I also want to show you some of my colubrids in my snake room. We haven't taken a look at those. We want to get a little update on the corn snakes and bamboo rat snakes, and take a look and see how they're progressing. And you never know what else we might run into. We got to check out the water monitors. I'm feeding some croc monitors today, so let's go in there and see what we find. All right, I wanted to show you this clutch that just hatched out. These are probably some of the biggest babies you'll ever see. They're gigantic. They're really, really big babies. And the reason why I'm showing you how big they are is because the mother, and I showed you this, it was a dinker project I had. I had produced 2 babies. I produced a bunch of babies from this dinker project, and I bred the male and female, the brother and sister, to each other. And we produced some definitely aberrant looking babies. I don't know what's going on here. These are truly aberrant, in the sense that they don't look like normals. And there's nothing else in here, supposedly, except they could have been het albino. And I didn't hit on any albinos, but these things do not look normal by any means. But the spectacular thing was that the mother hadn't eaten for 2 years. And when I say 2 years, I'm not exaggerating. I'm talking not one meal. I don't know how she didn't die. Matter of fact, the only reason I bred her is because I figured maybe if I put a male with her, she would start eating, because I was worried that she was just going to die. And once again, she wasn't like a really high-end animal I had. She was a dinker project I was working on. One of the females that I had produced, I don't know, she just didn't want to eat. Put a male with her. I didn't even know she was gravid, because she still wasn't eating. And she laid 4 eggs, 3 hatched here, and they had the biggest babies they've ever seen. So much for needing a lot of nutrition, in order to produce eggs. That just goes to show you that every rule is broken when it comes to reptiles and snakes and breeding, all that stuff. They just don't adhere to it. There's always an exception to every rule. There's no definitive rules. There's no definitive rules in life in general, but this certainly proves it. But these definitely don't, like I said, these don't look normal. Look at the dorsal patterning here. Look how weird it is. They almost look like blade a little bit, but there's no blade in here. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on these. I'm gonna stick with this project. Just keep holding back the craziest ones and breeding them to each other and just see if I produce anything. It's always nice to have some normals anyway, because no one even knows what normal looks like anymore. Anyway, is normal? Does anyone actually have can any of you guys out there watching this say you have a normal ball python with no morphs in it? Probably not. Here's my new best friend, Kofu. One of my water dragons. So you can get him to pick him up. Scoop him up here. We should be using 2 hands. Okay. Here he is. Here he is. What a beautiful boy. Hope he's a boy. I think he's a boy. Look at this little belly. He's been eating pretty well. Gorgeous albino water monitor. Shane Costello made these. He's a lot more willing to come out and play than the girl who's in the other cage over there. That's great. I love it. My friend Sean O'Rourke said that they would eventually, get to know you, and they would let you hold them. He was right. 100% right. Said to be very patient. That's all. I hope the other one comes to be this social as well. right, let's get our croc monitor, male. Oh, he got his little rat there. Give him a little medium rat. Probably could eat more than that. Yummy! Alright, check it out, some of the colubrids in the collection here. This is my albino, splotched Nelson's milk snake. Look how small you can see my hands compared to this guy. Very tiny. That's an albino Nelson's splotch gene, which is a recessive. Kind of just messes up the striping. There's our T positive Nelson's milk snake. Now that's a het splotch, but you can see the bands on this. That's the normal pattern, the banding. Obviously this is a T positive, so you're going to see it's lighter than a normal would look like. It has some melanin, but not all of its melanin. And the albino, you just saw the T negative albino, you saw that was splotched and that lost all its bands. So if we breed these two together, we're going to produce some splotched, some not splotched. The good thing is that T negative and T positive albino in Nelson's milk snakes are actually allelic to each other, so you can produce both, which is kind of cool. Produce T negatives and T positives, so that's why I got one of each and create more variability. These guys are eating nice. You know, they've been eating every week. We've been feeding them like a pinky, big pinky, trying to get them to go up to fuzzies. They're still pretty small though. They're really beautiful though. Yeah, we're checking in on our palmetto corn snakes. This is our female albino palmetto that's het anery and really kind of cool. Red eyes. Palmettos have just such a unique variability with that white body with the speckles. You're not going to see any dark speckling on this one because this is a T negative albino. This female's been eating really well. We have actually been feeding her, I think, twice a week. Pablo's been popping some fuzzies in there and small mice. So we're trying to get her up to size a little quicker. Colubrids can eat more frequently, you know, and then they usually brumate in the winter. So we probably won't brumate these guys because they're little. Wait till next season and brumate them. But really nice looking. Let's check out the boy. All right, here's our male. He's an anery, which means there's a lack of red pigment. But you can still see he's still got some orange. So obviously orange is not affected by the anery gene. He's got like a bluish looking eye. Really kind of unique looking. I really like the way this guy looks with the palmetto gene in there. Just super cool. And palmetto obviously is a recessive trait, that white with the speckling. We will breed eventually at some point this boy to that girl, and we could possibly make snow, which would be anery albino palmettos, which would be like a triple recessive. But that's way down the road. Right now, I'm just kind of enjoying these guys. Once they get a little bigger, I want to put them into almost like a small cage enclosure with some ability to climb around, because I mean they're so beautiful. They really would make a really nice display animal, you know, I think. And so I'd like to take advantage of that, just because I like how much they look. Sometimes things, you know, just are so beautiful that you want to show people when they come into your snake room, hey, look at this. Like I said, I've been setting up a lot more display type cages, and these guys are going to be in probably some 3-footers maybe, or even maybe they'd probably be all right at 2-footer even, but I might do a 3-footer with these guys. 3-foot, or maybe 2-foot vision cages. Stack them. We'll see. All right, there's our bamboo rat snakes. Here's the female at least. She just got away from me. I had to grab her really fast because I can't really chase after anything. I'm on the scooter here, so. And she's so little, they can get into any little crack in your snake room here, so I don't want to lose her. But we got her back, and she's doing really good. She's been eating every week. Put on size. I can't wait till these guys get a little bigger because they're so beautiful now, but I know they're going to get so much better looking when they get a little larger. Look at that head. Look at those like cool striped black streaks on her head. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on this. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. A little stuck shed on there, looks like. They're so tiny, but so beautiful. They look like ring pythons a little bit, you know? That's what I like. That's what I like about them. Rings are just nasty, and then they lose their color. These guys don't. I love that red with the black. It's amazing. Now I showed you a blood red pied-sided corn snake the other day. A bigger one I have. I had bought someone's from Brandon Nixon's collection I had gotten. This is a baby male I had bought because I had a female. I figured I needed a male. And you can see this, the babies have a lot of pattern on them. That pattern disappears as they get older, and it'll turn like a solid red. And then you can see the white on the side. That's called the pied-sided. So yeah, they look like it's like a pied, but it's not on the top. It's only on the side of their body. And I guess people have been selectively breeding for more and more white creeping up those sides, which is what we'll do too at some point. But this is our boy. We're gonna grow him up. Obviously the female is older, which is good. Better off having an older female. So they usually take longer to mature. But it'll be interesting to see how he loses that pattern and becomes solid red at some point. All right, we're looking at a nice little clutch we produced here in June of 22 this year. This is a Super Orange Dream ENCHI Banana Leopard Yellow Belly Pied. Oh my God, think about all those genes in there. Super OD, ENCHI Banana, Leopard Yellow Belly Pied, possible head hypo. This is a male. He is stunning, 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 stunning. More than likely will be a keeper. Looks really, really nice. Came out, and he's growing and he's developing really nicely too, you know. Usually banana stuff is really amazing when it's first born, but could fade a little bit when you have all those other genes in there to support it. Really get a nice looking snake, and this boy's been eating well and putting on really pretty good size. All right, here's a really nice female. This is an ENCHI Orange Dream Yellow Belly Pied, possible head hypo. And you might be asking, how do we know it's pied? Well, it doesn't have a ton of white on it, but it has enough white, and both parents are pied, so it has to be pied. That always makes it easier when both parents are pied, you know. Sometimes you can say, well, maybe it's a ringer. This could be a Super ENCHI actually too, which could be an account for why it's so light pied. I don't think it's Super ENCHI though. To me, it just looks like single copy ENCHI, but ENCHI alone by itself will also make very low white pieds. And those are pretty desirable for a lot of people, so, because there's a lot you can do with this. Here's another beautiful, beautiful female. This is a banana, which is interesting because the male was a male maker, but we still got a female. I told you that happens. That's banana, what I believe to be Super Orange Dream, ENCHI Yellow Belly, pied. I think there's leopard. Yes, there's leopard in there as well, and it's possible head hypo. So this female is smoking with genes. Also very low white pied, but enough. Once again, ENCHI makes low white pieds, and we know that both parents are pieds, so we know that we're going to get that everything we're getting is pied. The parents are actually OD Yellow Belly ENCHI Banana Pied, possible head hypo. The father was the mother was a Leopard Orange Dream ENCHI Pied, possible head hypo. So interesting, right? That we got a female from a male maker banana. It's happened to me quite a few times actually already, so, but not a lot. It doesn't happen a lot. Usually when you have a male maker, all the males in the clutch will be bananas, and everything that's not banana will be female, but that's just not the case in this one. Look at this beautiful female. Now, I have a question here, because this is looks to be a Super Orange Dream to me, ENCHI Yellow Belly, Leopard, pied, remember everything's pied, another low white pied, but I think this might be hypo too. That head looks very hypo-ish. There's no pastel in here. There's no fire in here. Look at this. That is very light head. It looks like someone poured turpentine on it, which is exactly what the hypo gene does. So this could be a visual hypo. If this is the case, this is a very valuable female, because this female has got some great genes. You know, Super Orange Dream, ENCHI, Yellow Belly, Leopard, pied. This is a hypo pied. Wow. Now I'm gonna have to hold this girl back for sure because I can't be sure if she's not hypo. And really, I love my hypo pieds, and I'm really working on more hypo pied projects. So this girl's. I'm getting out of here. I'm breaking out. If you're keeping me, I'm leaving. She's like. I've never seen a baby ball python so crazy. They're always so calm usually. All right. I don't want to stress her out too much. So we'll just leave her in here. If you think it's hypo, let me know. I'm open. I think it is. I didn't before, but now I'm looking at it as she's progressing and growing. I really think it's a hypo. And another very low white pied, although you're seeing the belly here, so it looks more piedish than it should be. Because all the top dorsal aspect of it is not white at all. So another very low white pied, which we love. I love. OD, orange dream, yellow belly, ENCHI pied, possible head hypo. And this is another female. So this one I'll probably sell. I really can't keep everything. She's gorgeous though too. This really was a very, very good clutch. I mean, I'm very happy. But you know, we bred a lot of genes to a lot of genes, so we had a lot of good possibilities of hitting things that were high end, and we did. So these are the clutches you dream of, right? I wish they were all so good. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. We just took a little peek into some of my palmetto corns and bamboo rat snakes. You know, I really like those. I really got them more for display animals than for like, I'm going to breed 1,000 of them. I don't really want to breed tons and tons of those. There's really that's not one of my desires. One of my desires to get them is just to have them as display animals. So I really want to, set them up in some like small vision cages with some naturalistic type of decorations where they can actually move around. They do climb and stuff like that. They're not like ball pythons. They just don't sit. So I'll probably do that down the road as they get bigger. So I'm kind of just growing them up and eventually going to create some really nice display cages for them. That's kind of, as you can see, little by little, I've been increasing my display cages just so I can display the animals in their natural habitat. I'm still going to breed, obviously. And when you breed animals, you got to keep them in very convenient, like drawer types, setups and big cages, just so that, it's just easy to clean. Otherwise you'll be cleaning nonstop. You'll never stop. So I will have some display cages for the big animals and for the animals I want to display. And then for the breeding animals, obviously it's going to be a different type of setup. And I think a lot of breeders have moved to that type of a setup where they're, hey, you know what? I want to really enjoy my animals, but then I also want to have convenience of cleaning, breeding, and that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from, and maybe, I think as reptile breeders, we evolve. Initially when we start off, we want to have a lot of everything, because we don't have anything. Once we get what we want, in essence, and we're never satisfied with what we have, but I'm just saying, once we have the setup that we want, then we start saying, okay, now how can we make it better? And I think I'm at that stage at this point where I'm trying to just make things look prettier. I wish I had more room, but then again, if I had more room, I would probably overwhelm myself with too much stuff. So it's actually good. I have 3 solid rooms. I should be able to economize that space and utilize it, without having to expand, not yet at least. I have a whole property I can expand onto it at some point in the future if that becomes something that I want to do. Obviously, I want to really promote the YouTube channel a little bit more too, make it educational, make it entertaining. And if that could help support, the hobby, then that's great, So I'm glad you guys have enjoying these videos. I see all the comments. Thank you so much. If you like what you see, and tell your friends about it, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. We'll see you back tomorrow morning.